Hey there. I want to talk today about the definition of a secure attachment. And I'm going to do that by first describing attachment and delineating between secure attachment in a parenting context and then secure attachment in an adult partnership context. So first of all, what is attachment? Attachment scientists basically define attachment as the bond between caregiver and child. When you were little, you had attachment figures, most likely parents or caregivers of some kind, who took care of you, fed you, looked after you, etc. And attachment goes really deep because how a parent parents you, how your parents parented you, will sort of dictate your relational destiny. Unless, of course, you're growing and developing yourself, you can change that history or change that destiny if you examine yourself and self-reflect, which I'll talk about in a minute. So when parents look after their kids, most parents do the best they can, and they look after their kids given all the tools they have. And what ends up happening if parents are too busy, too distracted, too jammed up emotionally, is it starts to create an insecure attachment with the kid over time because the child's needs, certain psychological and emotional and relational needs, aren't getting met. And I just like to keep it simple. So if we think of secure attachment as having 4 needs met, you feel emotionally safe, you feel seen by your caregiver, and you feel soothed when you're upset, and you feel supported and challenged, meaning your parents believe in you, they have your back, and they challenge you with boundaries and say, no, you can't do this and that and the other. They actually encourage and make you go to school and things like that. So safe, seen, soothed, supported, and challenged. This 4 S's basically makes it easy to remember. That creates a secure attachment. If a parent is offering those needs in a consistent way over time. It doesn't mean parents are there all the time, 100% of the time, and there's never mistakes. That's nonsense. It means that when there's a gap between the connection, or there's disconnections, or there's fights or disagreements, or the child tantrums, etc., they always get repaired, and the parent always leads that in a way that leads to resolution and reconnection. Right? How parents handle conflict, in other words, and how well they do that creates either an insecure attachment or a secure attachment. So that's a little bit about attachment and what the difference might be between secure and insecure in parent-child relationships. In adult relationships, it's the same thing, but instead of top-down being parent giving needs to child, it's mutual and equal, right? There's equity here. And like my wife and I meet each other's needs of feeling safe, seen, soothed, supported, and challenged. And my wife offers that to me, and she receives that from me. I offer that to her. I receive those needs from her. Very cool. When you can be in a partnership where you feel emotionally safe, you feel seen by your partner, you feel like soothed, meaning after there's fights or snags or disagreements or disconnections, the two of you always return and reconnect in a good way. That has both you relax in your nervous system and let down and open your heart, right? And then you also want to feel supported and challenged. You want your partner to believe in you and have your back, right? And be a champion for your success, and take a stand for you. And you also, I think, want a partner that challenges you and pushes you to be your best self, or pushes you to face some of your insecurities and challenges. And you do that in a way that the person can hear and that you can receive. And it feels really good to have a partnership like this. There's one other hallmark of a secure attachment in both adult relationships and parent-child relationships, and that's the parent or the partner's ability to self-reflect and make meaning out of their relational history. So most of us have experienced trauma or challenges when we were kids, and if we never look at that and we never self-reflect on that and make meaning out of that pain, we will basically perpetuate insecure attachment relationships. And we'll always feel like we never can really let our guard down with other people. But if you can self-reflect, and in other words, work on yourself and develop the capacity to make meaning out of suffering and out of your pain and out of whatever you've been through, you increase your capacity for security in relationships, both as a parent, if you ever become one, and as a partner, right? So attachment relationships are critical for successful relationships. You want to create securely attached bonds with other human beings that feel mutual, not one way, where I give to you and you don't give to me, mutual, where we both are there for each other, right? Leave a comment below or a question if this was helpful. And go get attached, folks.